today we're going to talk about fiction and nonfiction text. So we've been talking about it since last week, right? Okay. And the state standard says that y'all are supposed to determine the meaning of text while you're reading it, what's the purpose of reading it, and that's what fiction and nonfiction is, right? Okay, so we're going to make like a class list of characteristics for those two types of text, okay? So I need y'all to help me out. So what are we're gonna come up with 4 characteristics for fiction. So, Layla, you wanna answer the first one? Fantasy. Good job. Okay. What about another one, Thomas?
Animals that can talk.
Animals that can talk. Okay. Third one, Allie.
Not real.
Not real. Good job. Sandra, do you know the 4th one? What's not up here yet about fiction text? Remember, it's fantasy, animals talking, not real. What's another one? Plot. As you said, good job. So plot and setting, right? Okay, so what are some more? Does anybody have any more that are not up there? Teddy?
Usually funny.
They're funny, so to entertain, right? Yes, ma'am, Caitlin.
Fake.
Fake. Hannah? Fake. One more. Max.
Characters.
Made up characters. Okay, so nonfiction. Let's talk about those. What's one? Sarah.
That it's really facts.
It's facts. I like that. Facts. Okay, Tyler.
Real things.
Real things. Somebody in the back, Sean.
They have photographs of them.
Photographs. Okay. And Nate.
Important information.
Important information. And does anybody have anything else to add? Lexi.
Real facts.
Facts. Who has an answer? Aaliyah, do you know? Something else I can go up there? Under nonfiction? Okay, yeah. It's read in order is what she said. So the information is read in order. So good job. Give yourselves a round of applause. Y'all did good with that one. Alright, so we're gonna look at 2 examples, okay? And then we're gonna get into the activity. So, we the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our prosperity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. So does anybody know what this is from? Caitlin? That's close. Anybody, you want to guess? What document? You learned about it in social studies. You want to see if Thomas can help you?
Is it the Constitution?
Yep, the U.S. Constitution. Good job. So, is this an example of fiction or nonfiction? Cassandra? Nonfiction. Why is it nonfiction, Jerry? Do you know? He said because it's true, okay? So, when I read that, you see all the commas, you kind of have to break that down. You have to break down the information, right? And somebody did say that it's in steps, kind of. So, history is always nonfiction because it's real, okay? Let's look at this example. Goldilocks fell asleep. As she was sleeping, the 3 bears came home. Someone's been eating my porridge, growled the Papa Bear. Someone's been eating my porridge, said Mama Bear. Someone's been eating my porridge and they ate it all up, cried the baby bear. What story is this, Olivia?
Fiction.
Fiction. Why is it fiction?
Because the animals talking.
Animals talking. Good job. So what story is this? This Goldilocks and the 3 bears, right? So stories like that are fiction because they're what? Made up. Okay? And like Olivia said, animals can't talk, and that's on our chart over there under fiction, animals talking. Who are the characters? Do y'all know? Nate?
The 3 bears and Goldilocks.
Good job. So this is fiction, right? Alright, so let's talk about something. Okay, so what is this?
Apple.
Okay, so can somebody tell me how you eat an apple?
Bite into it.
You bite into it, right? Do you really think about eating an apple when you're eating it? Or can you just like walk around and just eat it? You can just eat it, right? Okay, yes, Cassandra? Oh, okay. Okay, what about an orange?
You peel it open.
Peel it open, and what's on the inside?
The orange thingy.
Okay, so the fruit. Seeds, yes. Okay, so let's go back to the apple. The apple is representing fiction, okay? Like somebody said, you bite into it. With fiction, when you're reading fiction, you're just having fun, using your imagination, you're forming images in your mind. You're just reading, okay? Just to entertain you, just to have fun, right? So with an orange, it has, what is this big chunk right here?
The peeling.
Oh, I went forward, my bad. So what is this big chunk right here called?
The peeling.
What about a slice?
Yes.
Slice, okay, the oranges have a bunch of slices in it, right? So with those slices, you can bite into it, but when you eat an orange, you're gonna eat it slice by slice, okay? That's just like non-fiction. You have to take it step by step. You can't just go straight into it. You kind of have to think about it. You take your time while you're reading it because it's trying to inform you, right? All right. So let's ask ourselves some questions. So when you're reading fiction stories, oh, okay. So you're gonna ask yourself some questions when you're reading fiction, right? So the first question: can you read it quickly? That's one question, right? It's easy to read. Do images form in your mind? When we were reading Goldilocks, what did y'all think in your mind? 3 bears eating a bowl of porridge. Imagining 3 bears talking. Goldilocks. What else do they do in the story? They lay in beds. They sit in chairs. You're not going to see that in real life, right? So you kind of have to make that up in your head. Are there characters and a setting? Okay, with Goldilocks, the setting was at the bear's house, right? Okay, so there's your setting and you had your characters. And is the book entertaining you? Okay, is it fun? Are you just not thinking about it? You just going off into a whole nother world, right? So the fiction, the apple represents what? Fiction. Okay. So let's talk about nonfiction. All right. While you're reading nonfiction, you're going to ask yourself, are these ideas organized? And just like the slices, you have to take it piece by piece. You have to break down the passage or the text that you're reading, right? Ask yourself, is this fact or opinion? And what's number 1 under our chart over there under nonfiction? Fact. You see the chart over there we made? Fact. So it has to be factual. And then what's the purpose of the author writing this text, right? So like the U.S. Constitution, that was made with the purpose to inform people, okay? It was a document, okay? It's never going to change, right? And when you're reading nonfiction, is it informing you or is it entertaining you? Informing you. Okay, good job. So let's go through a few examples. All right, can someone with a big loud voice read number 1? Really loud voice, Max.
One day, as he was looking for wild figs in a grove some way from the town, Aladdin met a mysterious stranger. This smartly dressed, dark-eyed man with a trim black beard and a splendid sapphire in his turban asked Aladdin an unusual question. How much would you pay for this magical lamp?
All right, so by a show up or thumbs down? Thumbs up is fiction. Thumbs down is nonfiction. So what do you think is fiction or nonfiction? Fiction, I see thumbs up. So somebody explain why they think this is fiction. Olivia, do you know? Yep, she said it has a magical lamp. What else? What's another reason why it's fiction, Teddy?
Because Aladdin is not real.
Aladdin is not real. So I like those two answers. Can a lamp be magical?
No.
Okay, and you said that the characters aren't real. Aladdin is just made up, right? He's not a real person, okay? So good job with that one. This one is an example of fiction. All right, I'm going to read this one. Galileo was born in Pisa in the Tuscany region of Italy in 1564. He was the first of 6 children. He was homeschooled through his early years and later attended the University of Pisa. At Pisa, Galileo first discovered the isochronism. This discovery would serve him well 50 years in the future when he developed the astronomical clock. So thumbs up, thumbs down, fiction or non-fiction? What do you think it is, fiction or non-fiction? Okay, I see all thumbs down. So why do you think it's non-fiction? Thomas?
Because it had real characters.
Real characters. Who's the real character?
Galileo.
Galileo. So characters. Brandon?
Because it has the time of when it happened.
The time. So the date is 1564. Jerry?
The place is real.
The place is real. Is Italy a real place?
Yes.
No.
Okay. So good job with that. This is an example of a non-fictional text because if you notice, it starts where he was born and it goes all the way down to when he invented something 50 years later. So it's going in order, right? And remember those slices of the orange, you peel it one by one. Yes?
It has commas.
You said what?
It has commas.
Oh, commas. Yes, it does have commas to help you break down the information. All right. Can someone read number 3 with the loud voice, Sean?
The frog said, I did not worship for pearls and jewels and fine clothes, but if you will love me and let me live with you and eat from off your golden plate and sleep on your bed, I will bring you your ball again.
All right. Fiction, non-fiction. What do y'all think? Fiction, non-fiction. Okay. Everybody's saying fiction. So I need somebody to tell me who hasn't talked yet. I think everybody's talked. Paris, do you know? Paris said because animals cannot talk. And it says right there, the frog said. That's the main giveaway. The frog said. So that's fiction because a frog cannot talk, right? And that tells you right there that what it is. All right, last one. Explorers had been landing in America for some time before settlers arrived in what is now Jamestown, Virginia in 1607. But it was in that spot on the James River that English colonization began, and with it, the history of America. So, fiction or non-fiction? Everybody has their thumbs down. Okay, so non-fiction. Jerry, can you tell us why it's non-fiction?
Because America is a real place in Virginia.
Okay, Virginia and America are real places. Sarah, do you know another reason why? The dates. That's good. All right, so it's talking about the explorers in America. What does this sound like? You would hear this in what? Social studies? Yeah. And remember I said all social studies or history is what?
Non-fiction.
Real. It's non-fiction. So Jamestown, Virginia, that's a real place that you can travel to. Okay? 1607, that's history. It's stamped in history. It's never going to change. The James River is an actual place, okay? And once again, it went in steps, okay? They talked about how they landed and where they landed, and then the river that they were on, and then how the history of America started. So this is a what text? Non-fiction. Okay. Yes, Cassandra. Yeah, history. History is non-fiction. Yeah, she said the word history is in it. But also be careful with that too, just make sure, okay? Alright, so what does the apple represent? Fiction. Okay, so let's go over our list. We have fantasy, animals talking, not real, plot and setting. Anything else? Y'all want to add? It's meant. What's the purpose of fiction? To entertain. Okay, and when you eat an apple, you do what? You just bite into it. And then when you're reading a fictional text, when you're reading a fun book, it's just fun. You just dive right in, right? All right. What about an orange? What does the orange represent? Non-fiction. So the list that we made, non-fictions are fact, they're real, they have photographs, and they're informational, okay? And with that information is what? Step by step, just like the what in that orange? Slices, okay. And so with an orange, you kind of have to think about it a little bit more instead of an apple just biting in, right? Okay. Y'all did really good. Do y'all have any questions, comments? Are y'all going to do good on your quiz tomorrow?
Yes, ma'am.
Y'all sure?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so when you go home, you need to study pages 4 and 5 in your reading notebook. Remember this page? Everybody have it? Don't forget to take this home, because if you don't take it home, you can't study for your quiz tomorrow. Yes, Cassandra? Cassandra made a good point. Valuable information is nonfiction. Good job. Yes, Gabriel?
I had to say word rules right now. I just been doing fiction,
So what did you learn today? Tell me now.
basically everything. If it was non-fiction, I went like this, and then it was fiction.
You went up. And what about the apples and oranges?
And I basically just said talking over.
I know, that's what it's your time to talk. So apples represent what? And oranges represent what?
Non-fiction because it has slices.
Right. And the slices are the information, right?
But apples have slices too, but you can just eat
You have to make those slices though, right? Okay, good job. Now you talk for today. Alright guys, so make sure your desk is cleared off and Miss Jason is gonna come up and give y'all's next instructions, okay?